An I-team investigation. FBI agents have arrested and charged 2 Cincinnati City Council members so far this year.
Tamaya Denard pleaded guilty to honest services, wire fraud, and will be sentenced next week. The latest councilman, Jeff Pastor, has pleaded not guilty to bribery. And those arrests raise questions about what is going on inside City Hall.
Certainly a lot of questions. Investigative reporter PAULA takes a closer look.
U.S. Attorney David DeVillers says a culture of corruption exists at City Hall after the arrest of Councilman Jeff Pastor last week on bribery charges. I reached out to the 8 remaining council members to ask if they've ever been offered bribes. But David Mann tells me no one has ever offered him a bribe in his 25 years at City Hall, both as a former mayor and current city council member.
If that happened, the person would be thrown out of the room. And I would review what other steps I would want to take. No, that has never happened.
He says he's never seen such corruption at City Hall until this year.
That's not the way business has been done in Cincinnati. Cincinnati, I think, has been known as a clean town.
7 months before Pastor's arrest, FBI agents charged former council member Tamaya Denard in February with taking $15,000 in bribes. She later pleaded guilty to honest services wire fraud. Some council members say these arrests are bringing shame and humiliation to City Hall.
All my friends call me and they say, I can't believe you work there. I can't believe you work in this giant mess down there. I'm like, I know.
Councilmember Betsy Sundermann has only been on council since March. She tells me no one has ever offered her a bribe.
Never. I don't really deal with developers much.
In separate proposals this week, Sundermann and Councilman Greg Landsman say they want the city charter changed to better address public corruption. When WCPO asked Landsman at his press conference if anyone has ever offered him a bribe, he said this.
No.
In statements to the I-team, council members Jan-Michele and Christopher Smitherman also say they've never been offered a bribe. Chris Seelbach tweeted the day of Pastor's arrest that he's never been offered a bribe. Wendell Young said no comment, and PG Sittenfeld's chief of staff responded to an email from WCPO and said no, PG has not. Meanwhile, Mann is trying to limit how closely council works with developers in the wake of this scandal. Under Mann's plan, developers and council members could face ethics violations with criminal penalties if they get involved in deal making before the administration brings a development agreement to City Council as a formal presentation.
It's tragic that this much has gone wrong, and we got to get it straightened out.
Tamaya Denard faces more than 2 years in prison when she's sentenced next week. Meanwhile, Jeff Pastor still holds his council seat and has not said whether he plans to resign. PAULA, WCPO 9 I-team.
If you'd like to learn more about the changes that could be coming to City Hall in wake of the corruption scandals, well, you can check out PAULA's story over on WCPO.com.